My beloved child, wait, before you decide this message is about someone else, hear these words carefully. There is a person whose heart has already chosen you, yet every single day they find themselves wrestling with one silent thought they have never dared to speak aloud. It is not because your appearance lacks value. It is because they are afraid of what the world might say, afraid of opinions louder than their own heart. And that hidden battle has become heavier than you could ever imagine. Don't skip, because what happens next changes everything. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, while you are listening, they are remembering the very first moment they noticed you. They remember your smile before anything else. They remember the peace they felt before they noticed any detail of your appearance. That memory refuses to leave them, and it keeps pulling them back toward you again and again. Look a little deeper. The struggle is not truly about the way you look. It is about fear, fear of judgment, expectations, and voices that never stop comparing people. They keep asking themselves one question that steals their peace: will others understand why I feel this way? Every time that question appears, another voice inside whispers, but I can't stop thinking about this person. That is why their actions have seemed confusing. One day they move closer, another day they become distant. One moment they seem ready to say everything, and the next they hide behind silence. But silence does not erase genuine feelings. It only delays the truth. Don't skip this moment, because the next revelation may completely change the way you understand every strange signal you have received. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything begins to shift. A moment is approaching when they will finally realize that appearances can never compete with the peace they feel whenever your name crosses their mind. They are beginning to understand that admiration built only on looks fades quickly, but a connection that reaches the heart refuses to disappear. They are standing at the edge of a decision they have avoided for far too long. The next step they take could surprise even the people closest to them. But before that happens, one unexpected conversation is about to force them to confront the truth they have been hiding from everyone, including themselves. Don't skip, because the next part reveals what triggered that conversation and why it changed the direction of their heart forever. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A quiet moment arrived when they could no longer ignore what their own heart was trying to tell them. Someone unexpectedly asked, "If you care so much, why do you keep holding yourself back?" That simple question stayed in their mind long after the conversation ended. They tried to change the subject, but deep inside they already knew the answer. It was never because of you. It was because they were fighting a battle between their heart and the expectations placed upon them. Don't skip, because the next few moments reveal the truth they have never spoken aloud. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every memory with you keeps returning stronger than before, refusing to let them walk away. As the days passed, something unexpected happened. They started noticing that the qualities they once believed mattered the most were becoming less important with every passing hour. Kindness, peace, loyalty, and the comfort they feel whenever they think about you began outweighing every outside opinion. Even when they tried to distract themselves, your presence remained in their thoughts. That is when they realized they had been running from their own feelings instead of facing them. They are beginning to understand that genuine love cannot be measured by appearances alone. The closer they get to accepting this truth, the harder it becomes to pretend nothing has changed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now another turning point is quietly approaching. Someone is about to say a few words that will challenge every fear they have carried until now. Those words will force them to choose between living for other people's opinions or listening to the voice inside their own heart. They have delayed this decision for far too long, but not much longer. What they decide next may completely transform the direction of this story. And when that moment finally arrives, even they will be surprised by the courage they discover within themselves. Stay till the end, because the next chapter begins with a conversation they never expected to have, and it changes everything. Everything became quieter than usual, and that silence revealed more than words ever could. They found themselves staring at an old memory, replaying every conversation, every smile, and every moment they almost admitted how deeply they cared. Suddenly, one realization refused to leave their mind. If appearances were truly the most important thing, why had no one else ever made them feel the way you do? That question changed everything. Don't skip, because this is the moment where their heart begins to win the battle. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth they have hidden for so long is becoming impossible to hide any longer. Then something unexpected happened. They noticed that every time they imagined a future without you, it felt strangely empty. It wasn't your appearance they missed, it was your presence, your kindness, your way of making ordinary moments feel meaningful. They finally understood that they had allowed fear to speak louder than love. And fear has never built a lasting connection. From that moment on, they started questioning every opinion they once believed. The voices that once controlled their decisions suddenly seemed much quieter. Meanwhile, the voice of their own heart grew stronger with every passing day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now the story is moving toward a turning point no one saw coming. Very soon, they will face a situation where they can no longer hide behind excuses or uncertainty. They will have to make one honest choice: follow the expectations around them or finally trust what they have felt all along. That decision is closer than they realize, and when it happens, even the people watching from a distance will notice that something has completely changed inside them. But what finally pushes them to make that choice is a moment so unexpected that it will leave them speechless. And that is exactly where the next chapter begins. There comes a moment in every story when silence is no longer enough, and that moment is closer than either of you realizes. The person who has been trying to convince themselves that they can simply move on has finally reached a place where pretending no longer works. Every distraction fades. Every excuse loses its power. Every day they wake up with the same unanswered question echoing in their heart: why does this person still mean so much to me? They have searched for every possible reason to let go, yet every path somehow leads them back to you. Don't skip. Because what happens next is the turning point they never expected. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Recently, something very small happened, but its impact was enormous. They overheard a conversation about what makes a relationship truly last. People around them mentioned appearance, status, and first impressions. They listened quietly, but inside, another thought appeared. They remembered the peace they felt whenever they imagined talking to you. They remembered the comfort that no one else had ever given them. For the first time, they realized they had been comparing temporary opinions with permanent feelings. That realization shook them more than they expected. It made them wonder if they had spent too much time worrying about what others might think instead of asking what would genuinely make them happy. The strange part is that they are no longer afraid of your appearance. They are afraid of one thing only. Admitting that they almost allowed fear to steal something beautiful. That thought has become impossible to ignore. Every time they remember the moments they stayed silent, they ask themselves whether they missed the opportunity to tell you how much you truly matter. Don't skip, because the next revelation changes the direction of everything. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now they have started noticing details they once overlooked. Your kindness, your patience, your strength during difficult moments, the way you bring calm into situations that would overwhelm others. They finally understand that these are the qualities that remain when everything else changes. Appearance can never tell the full story of a person, but character speaks every single day. And the more they think about it, the more they realize they were focusing on the wrong question. Instead of asking, "What will people think?" they have started asking, "Can I really imagine my future without this person?" Every time they ask that question, the answer becomes clearer. There is another secret they have told no one. More than once, they almost reached out to you. They picked up their phone, paused, and then stopped themselves. Not because they didn't care, but because they wanted to be absolutely certain that when they finally came forward, they would not bring confusion into your life. They wanted their words to carry honesty instead of uncertainty. That hesitation has made the wait feel much longer than either of you expected, yet it has also forced them to confront feelings they can no longer hide. Something else is beginning to change inside them. The opinions that once sounded so important are slowly losing their influence. They have started noticing that the people who truly care about them always encourage happiness instead of fear. That discovery has given them a quiet confidence they have never felt before. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. But it is powerful enough to change the decision they have been delaying for so long. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals the conversation that finally removes the last piece of doubt from their heart. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They are closer than ever to accepting that genuine love is not built on perfect appearances, it is built on trust, respect, peace, and the feeling that someone makes life brighter simply by being part of it. The next words they hear will challenge every fear they have carried until now, and once those words are spoken, there will be no turning back. Everything they have hidden, questioned, and struggled to accept is about to come into the light, and when that happens, the direction of this story will change forever. The story has now reached a place where hiding is becoming harder than speaking the truth. For a long time, they believed that if they stayed silent, the feelings inside their heart would slowly disappear. Instead, the opposite happened. Every quiet day made those feelings stronger. Every memory became clearer. Every unanswered question grew louder. They finally realized that the more they tried to avoid thinking about you, the more often your presence appeared in their thoughts. Don't skip. Because the next few moments reveal the discovery that completely changed the way they see you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. One evening, while reflecting on everything that had happened, they asked themselves a question they had never dared to face before. If nobody else's opinion existed, what decision would I make? The answer came almost immediately, and it surprised even them. Their heart had already chosen long ago. It wasn't waiting for perfection. It wasn't searching for someone different. It had quietly been returning to you over and over again. That realization brought both relief and regret. Relief because they finally understood their own emotions. Regret because they had wasted so much time fighting feelings that had never truly changed. As this understanding settled into their heart, they began noticing something remarkable. The qualities they once admired from a distance now seemed even more valuable. Your patience during difficult moments. Your ability to stay genuine even when life became complicated. The quiet confidence you carry without trying to impress anyone. They started seeing beauty in places they had never looked before. Suddenly, what once seemed like a question about appearance transformed into admiration for the person you truly are. They understood that appearances introduce people, but character is what makes someone unforgettable. Don't skip. Because the next revelation is one they never expected. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Not long after, they found themselves in another conversation that completely shifted their perspective. Someone shared a simple thought: the happiest people aren't the ones who find perfection. They're the ones who recognize something real when it stands in front of them. Those words stayed with them long after the conversation ended. They repeated that sentence again and again until it became impossible to ignore. They suddenly wondered if they had been standing in front of something real all along while searching for impossible standards that never truly mattered. From that day forward, every comparison they once made started disappearing. Instead of comparing appearances, they began comparing feelings. They asked themselves who brought them peace. Who made them smile without even trying? Who remained in their thoughts even after weeks of silence? Every answer pointed back to the same person. You. Yet there is one final obstacle they still have to overcome. It is not another person's opinion. It is the fear of arriving too late. They wonder if their silence has already created too much distance. They worry that you may have misunderstood their hesitation. They question whether you still believe there could ever be a future between the two of you. These thoughts have become heavier than anything they worried about before. Every passing day teaches them the same lesson. Real connections are rare. Honest hearts are difficult to find. Genuine peace cannot be replaced. And once they understood that truth, they stopped trying to convince themselves that appearances were more important than the feeling they experience whenever they think of you. Don't skip. Because the next chapter reveals the moment when everything they have been holding inside finally reaches the surface. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The decision they once feared is now standing directly in front of them. This time, there is no easy escape. No excuse that feels convincing. No distraction strong enough to silence their heart. They know that if they continue hiding, they may spend a lifetime wondering what could have happened. But if they choose honesty, they may finally discover the peace they have been searching for all along. They are closer than ever to taking that first step. And the unexpected event waiting just ahead will give them the courage they never believed they possessed. When that moment arrives, the silence that lasted for so long will finally come to an end, and the truth they have carried quietly in their heart will no longer remain a secret.